Hey guys, how's it going? It is my different username here, and today I get to be showing you a rifle that is actually from the new game that was released a little while ago, which is Wolfenstein: The New Order, and this happens to be one of the rifles that you pick off of the Nazis, not in the past, but in the future. So here it is, the LEGO Assault Rifle 1960. So the rifle that we're holding actually is a rifle from the Nazis in the game, but also is the predecessor of an old assault rifle used by them, which was the assault rifle 1946. And obviously 14 years later, after they've won World War II and took over everything, the technology that they had obviously was advanced, and they actually made improvements on their old rifle and made a new version of it to basically make it a stronger rifle than it was before. When it comes to the colors on this rifle, it happens to feature the colors of black, dark gray, and even orange, with some light gray here and there, but basically those are the main colors. And if it's one thing, I think those really represent the Nazi party. I'm not sure why it isn't red, but it's orange. I don't really know, but all I know is it actually does really look cool on the rifle. It kind of gives it some characteristic, and I definitely enjoy that whenever it comes to building a rifle from one of these games. It's funny how this gun is actually supposed to be an improvement off of the Assault Rifle 1960, which is an STG-44, and this model is basically based off of a Heckler & Koch G3 or MP5. It's funny because Heckler & Koch happens to be a German company, making this situation actually seem more realistic than anything else. It's pretty cool. So here we have the stock of the weapon. I gotta say, when it comes to Lego guns, sometimes they don't have the best stocks ever to use because they're really light and they're really not that powerful. But when it comes to this one, it's absolutely crazy how strong this stock is. Has to be, without a doubt, one of the sturdiest stocks I've ever built. And when it comes to making a Lego gun, the sturdier the stock, the better the feel. I gotta say, I love it. So when it comes to the lower receiver, we have many details when it comes to everything else, being the trigger guard, and even the pistol grip, which happens to look like something from an MG42. And we also have this magazine here, which actually holds 45 rounds, and that's because it's a quad stack mag. You can tell because of how thick it is on the bottom and how it moves up towards the top. It's really nice. It's also really light, which makes it great when it comes to carrying a lot of ammo. And it's pretty cool, and it's also very sturdy. I gotta admit, you can really smack this thing into the gun and it won't fall out at all. But anyway, now when it comes to the charging handle, on the other hand, it's not really on the tough side. It's one thing, this has to be one of the weakest charging handles I've ever built. It actually swivels and it moves around. It's not supposed to happen, but it is still rubber band powered, which is pretty cool. And on the right, we actually have a dust cover. I can move over the shell ejector, which is really handy when it comes to moving through rough environments that can really damage your gun. Now in the front part of the gun, we actually have the dark gray muzzle brake, which is very useful when it comes to handling the high rate of fire that comes out of this gun when shooting it. And also, as you can tell in the front, it also has a gas piston system that actually goes from the barrel through the iron sight and then into the gas tube. And as the handguard, as you can tell, can actually be a foregrip. And if you press the pin, it actually locks in place. This is pretty cool. Even though you don't actually use this in the game, believe it or not, you actually do see the Nazis have this out all the time. And it's definitely very useful when it comes to controlling that high rate of fire I was talking about earlier. And as easily, you can unpin it, and swivel it back, and lock it into place, no problem. And it's very nice, and I enjoy it. Also, another really cool fact about the gun is how the iron sights actually happen to look very similar to that of something that you would see on an H&K weapon, and that's because, like I said before, the design of the rifle does remind me of something from like either a G3 assault rifle or an MP5, and it's just really cool to see how Heckler & Koch somehow made its way into the Nazi regiment in the 1960s. So in conclusion, all I can really say about the Assault Rifle 1960 is that it is an amazing German masterpiece of machinery, but all I can really say about it as well is that even though the Nazis are using it against you in your quests throughout Wolfenstein, the main character certainly can pick up this weapon and kick some serious ass with it. So further ado, let's go ahead and kick some more ass by shooting it. So subscribe to see more Wolfenstein weapons, like, favorite, and comment if you have enjoyed. And as always, thanks for watching.